I welcome you all to the continuation of Basics of Accounting series. So this is part 3 in our series. So in today's video, we're going to discuss ledger. So what exactly is a ledger? Ledger is something that follows journal. Ledger is something that comes after journals. Ledger is part of accounting process. If you remember our first video wherein we discussed the accounting process, the recording what we referred to was the reference in the part 2, that is journals. The classifying stage what we referred to in the cycle wheel, if you remember, that is with regard to ledgers. So let's get started. So ledgers are secondary books or also called as principal books. Journals are the primary book of entry or the books of original entry. Any transaction that happens in the business, once it is identified and then measured in terms of money, it is at first recorded in the journals, and at a later stage it gets posted to ledgers. So ledgers are the secondary books of entry, journals are the primary books of entry, and they're also called as the principal books of entry. Yeah. Then going forward, now what we do is we transfer the journal entries from the journal book to the ledger book. Such transfer of journal entries from the journal book to the ledger are called as posting. This process of transferring journal entries from journal to ledger is called as posting. We call it posting of journal entries. You get that? Initially in journals we call it recording or journalizing into the original books of entry. Once the transactions have been recorded in the original book of entry, they now get posted, that is transferred from journal to ledger. It's a promotion, you can say. They were in day book, now they're going into, so what to say, the ledgers. So it's a promotion for all those transactions. Yeah, this particular activity of posting is done in an analytical order. In comparison to journals, when we record the transactions, it is done in chronological order, meaning in the order of happening. Now if a transaction happens today and there's another transaction happens tomorrow, today's transaction comes first, tomorrow's transaction comes below it, irrespective what the transactions are about, we don't really care. Whereas in ledgers, we analyze the transaction with regard to the accounts that they are involved in. What accounts are involved in this transaction? Based on the accounts that are involved, we categorize them. All the sale transactions will be written at one place, all the purchase transactions at one place, all the cash transactions at one place, all the different like maybe expenses like salaries, all the salary related payments at one place. So we categorize the items, we analyze them and then put them in a specific account. That, my friends, is ledger. If you're wondering, isn't that what we do in subsidiary books? It's a little different, because subsidiary books are replacement to journals, but subsidiary books are prepared before ledgers all by itself. Yeah, because if you pass journal entries in a very big scale of operations, it will become very difficult to prepare ledgers. It will make too much time taking. So what we do instead is journals are replaced with subsidiary books, which will simplify the process of preparation of ledgers, or which will ease in. If you do journals, and if there are 100 sale transactions, each of the sale transaction have to be individually posted to the sales ledger. However, if you prepare sales book, that is subsidiary books in the place of journals, what really happens is all the credit sale transactions would be appearing in sales book. We just take the total of the sales book, make only one entry into sales account. So the work will become reduced. So usually in a bigger organization where the scale of operations are huge, we prefer preparing special journals or subsidiary books, which will ease in the preparation of ledgers. So remember and don't get confused, subsidiary books will not replace ledgers. They are similar to ledgers, but they are special journals and they replace journals only. Yeah, going ahead. So at the end of the period, usually the accounting period of 12 months ending 31st of March, what we really do is we close the ledgers. We close the ledgers depending upon the category it falls. Yeah, we basically know that there are three category of accounts. Yeah, that is what to say, real, personal, nominal. Yeah, basically personal and impersonal. Under impersonal we have real and nominal. What we really do with regard to real accounts and personal accounts is we balance them. Real accounts and personal accounts are balanced. That's what I mentioned here. At the end of the period, ledgers are closed by either balancing or transferring. What are the ledgers that will be balanced? The ledgers that will be balanced is real account and personal account. On the other hand, all the nominal accounts that we have will be transferred to trading or P&L account. Yeah, all the nominal accounts will be transferred to trading or PL account. On the other side, all the real and personal account will be balanced. Did I mention it wrong? Okay, let me reiterate. All the real and personal accounts will be balanced. However, nominal accounts will be closed by transfer to trading or PL account. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll repeat it. I was just little confused. I don't know if I told it correct. Real and personal account will be closed. Real and personal account will be balanced, and nominal accounts will be closed by transfer to PL account or trading account. That's with respect to this. That's what balancing real and personal accounts, balanced, transferring nominal accounts, transfer to trading or PL. Yeah. So let's now see an example question. Let's see a couple of journal entries and then see how will it get posted to each of the ledgers. Yeah. And this, my friends, is the format of a ledger with debit and credit on each of the sides, date, particular amounts, and journal folio column signifying the journal column. Say the column, the page number where this particular journal entry is there in the journal book. You get that? Come on. So the first transaction that we have here is furniture was purchased for cash of rupees 10,000 on 1st of April 2022. Furniture were purchased for cash of rupees 10,000 on 1st of April 2022. So we need to first pick what are the two items that's involved in this. Number one, furniture. Number two, cash. Furniture is an asset, and when we buy, asset is increasing. Or in the UK approach, we can call it a real account. Cash is again an asset, or in terms of what is a UK approach, you can call it real account. And when you buy furniture, furniture is increasing, you would have to debit it, and cash is decreasing, you would have to credit it. So journal entry here, yeah, is furniture account debit to cash account. I hope you are clear till here. Yeah. If you have any doubt or any difficulty in cracking journal entries, please do go and then watch our previous video in the same this very YouTube channel. We have another video that is on how to pass journal entries. Please do see that video and then come back to this. Yeah. So real account increasing or debit what comes in, or asset increasing debit, asset decreasing or real account decreasing credit. Journal entry is furniture account debit to cash. Now this has to get posted to the ledger. In the furniture account, I would have to write on the debit side to cash 10,000, and in the cash account I would have to write buy furniture 10,000. Let's post this. Firstly, we'll go to furniture account. I'll write furniture account debit to cash 10,000. Yeah, and the date, whatever the date on which you bought. Now in the furniture account, it has been debited. In the cash account, I would have to write on the credit side. I'll now go to my cash account. There I'll write buy furniture account 10,000. That is on 1st of April. Now you might be wondering, sir, how did you get that 50,000? Pretty simple. Yeah, when you start the business, there would be some cash with you. If not, how can you basically buy furniture? Yeah, it's an assumption that there was an opening balance of cash of 50,000. Maybe we started our business with 50,000, or from last year there's a balance of 50. You get that? So that's the starting point we have. Yep. Let's get going. Let's see the next transaction. Salary paid in cash 3,000. So salary is paid by cash 3,000 rupees on 31st of March 2003. Get that? Now let's see. Salary account. Salary account is expense or nominal account, and cash account is asset or real account. Salary, expense or nominal, cash, asset or real account. When we pay salary, salary is an expense increasing. However, cash is an asset decreasing. When nominal account, there is an expense, debit all expenses and losses, or expense increasing has to be debited. On the other hand, credit what goes out. Cash is going out because you paid salary, or cash as an asset is decreasing. We would have to credit it. So the journal entry will be salary account debit to cash account 3,000. This particular journal entry, salary account debit to cash account, should now be transferred to ledger. What do we do? In my salary ledger, I would write to cash account 3,000 rupees. In my salary ledger, I would write to cash account 3,000 rupees. And in my cash ledger, I would write buy salary 3,000. I hope you guys got it. In my salary account, I would write to cash 3,000. And in my cash account, I would write buy salary 3,000. Come, let's see the posting now. First, let's go to salary account. This is my salary account. On the debit side, I would write to cash account 3,000. That's on 31st of March 2023. Followed by this, I will post it into my cash book wherein I'll write buy salary account 3,000 rupees 31st of March 2020. So this entry is posted in both the places. Get that? Now let us go for closing. That's it. Only two transactions. Now when you go for closing, we need to remember that it's the end of there, so we closing. Cash account is a real account, and as I told you in the past, real accounts and personal accounts are balanced, meaning we'll write balance carried on and balance brought down. However, nominal accounts are closed by transferring the balance to trading or PL account. Get that? Now, cash account is a real account. Let me write the total. Debit side total is 50, credit side is 13. So I'll write the higher side total first. Debit side total of 50, I'll write to the total column. Credit side, I'll post the same 50,000. Now I'll find the balance in figure. So higher side total will be written in the total. Post it to the other side also. Now we'll find the balance in figure on the credit side. What would be the balance in figure? 50 minus 13. That will give us 37,000. What is this? This is the cash remaining with us. How can I say that? Pretty simple. In the beginning of the year, not beginning, okay? Beginning. In the beginning of the year, I had 50,000 rupees with me, out of which I have bought 10,000 rupees worth furniture. So 10,000 Gaya, Khatam, Tata, bye bye. So what will I be left with? Out of 50, 10 gone, 14 remaining. Out of 40, 3,000 rupees salary I gave. So that what will I be left with? 37,000. So this, my friends, is the closing cash balance. I would write it as by balance carried on. As on what date? 31st of March 2023. This is our balance in figure. This should be brought down in the next year. This year, when I'm closing my cash box, whatever is the cash, next year, when I open my cash box, so much cash would be there. You get that? Neither increase nor decrease. Okay, get it, guys? So, to balance brought down 37,000 as on 1st of April 2023. We have closed our cash account now. Next, we'll go to our furniture account. Furniture account is also a real account. You get that? It's an asset account. So, we need to close this or balance this. Real accounts and personal accounts are balanced. We write balance carried on and then bring it down in the next page. So there's no other transactions in furniture. Depreciation has to be written, but we're keeping it simple. In the coming days, I would take you till the end. Like we just started at zero. Accounting process is what we started with. We did accounting process in first video, journal in the second, ledger in this third. Maybe next month I'll come out with another video on trial balance. Then we'll see how will it be impactful in the final accounts, and then we'll take it little forward. Get that? Yeah. So 10,000 total will come here. The total will get posted to the credit side, total 10,000. Entire amount will be balance carried down 10,000 rupees on 31st of March 2023. The same will be brought down next period to balance brought down 10,000 rupees on 1st of April 2023. This is how we balance our furniture. Let us now go to the last ledger, that is salary account. Salary account on the other hand is not a real account. It is not an asset account. It is neither a personal account. This is a nominal account or an expense account. As I told you in the past, at the end of the period, when the ledger accounts are getting closed, we balance real and personal accounts. On the other hand, we close nominal accounts. Let us close this. Yeah, 3,000 rupees total we'll write first on the debit side. Take the total to the credit side 3,000. Then write that 3,000 as balancing figure. And where would it get transferred to? This being indirect expense, it will get transferred to our profit and loss account. I would write by profit and loss account 3,000 rupees. This is balancing figure on 31st of March 2023. Will I be writing two balance brought down? No. Don't do that mistake. Don't do that mistake. Yeah, galtis also don't do that mistake. That's it. This ends our salary account. And this is the discussion on ledgers. I hope you understood this particular session. I hope this session made a little sense to you and got some of your basics little too strong. So hoping to see you all in the upcoming videos wherein we take these accounts a little too ahead step by step and then build a big mountain of accounts very soon. You guys get that? That's it. Remember, life is not a battle to be struggling. It's a game to be enjoyed. Till the time you guys are learning something new or having fun, it's all good. The day you guys either stop learning something new or stop having fun, trust me, you might start struggling because you might be in a battle. So the thumb rule to stay happy is pretty simple. It is to stay in the game. So for one last time on this day, the only question that I have for all of you is, are we in the game? I hope you have the answer as yes, we are in the game. We'll wait to see you all in the next video. Till then, tata, bye-bye, take care. Good night.